Huh. No way that's true.
It's true. I saw it with my own eyes. One night, after a long time, I got a message from a friend I've known for 10 years. However, the story my friend told was something I didn't want to believe.
If that's really true, since when?
I'm gonna send you a photo now, and you'll see. Okay. Then I saw the photo sent to me. It was a picture of my husband and my sister. Arm in arm, looking like a couple, with my husband smiling broadly. See? I told you it was true. Yeah, thanks. I might not have realized it without my friend's message. Now that I knew the truth, I couldn't just let it be. I decided to confront him with the evidence the next morning. I'm home. Welcome back. I hate to start on this as soon as you're back, but what is this? I showed him the photo. Instead of looking disturbed, he actually laughed. And that wasn't all. I guess it can't be helped if it's out. I was planning on this eventually.
What are you talking about?
Well, since it's out, divorce sounds good, right? You want that too, don't you? I was completely caught off guard by his sudden declaration. His recklessness didn't stop there. Leaving those words behind, he eloped with my sister. It caused a huge uproar among our relatives. Through all this, the only one who remained calm was my mother, who had been ill.
Don't worry. Those two will regret it.
What do you mean? That's for me to know. Even my mom, who said such things, passed away the next day. My husband and sister seemed to have been waiting for this. During the funeral preparations, they showed up. We came to claim Mom's inheritance. There's supposed to be a $10 million inheritance from Dad, right?
You're not getting anything from me.
It was never going to be that easy. My mom had taken precautions for this very reason. While we were talking, the lawyer approached us. I'd like to discuss the inheritance. Immediately, my sister and husband's expressions turned to one of despair. They would end up crying and begging for forgiveness, realizing how foolish they had been. I'm Angela. I'm currently a stay-at-home wife, living with my husband, Mike. We've been married for about 3 years now, and I thought we were living happily. Our relationship started through work.
Thank you, I look forward to working with you. Likewise, please take care of me.
Normally, that would have been the end of it, but for some reason, Mike kept staring at me. Is there something? Could I have your contact information? You mean, for personal use? Yes. We had been using our work smartphones for basic communication, so we didn't know each other's personal contact information. Mike was serious about his work and seemed trustworthy. So there was no reason to refuse.
Here's my contact information.
Thank you. After that, we started talking every day. They were trivial conversations, but somehow they were comforting. Before I knew it, he had become an indispensable part of my life. We started dating 2 months after exchanging contact information. I'm gonna take care of you forever.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm glad. I was worried you might say no at first.
I wouldn't do that.
Even after we started dating, Mike always put me first and treated me with care. I truly enjoyed those times. I thought we could build a happy family if we got married. And then, 6 months into our relationship, he proposed. I want you to marry me. I'll make sure you're always happy.
Yes.
And this is for you. Is this a ring? Yes. I spent a lot of time deciding on it. I thought this one suited you the best. Mike gave me a ring with a diamond, exactly to my taste. It was my first time receiving a ring, and I was so happy I cried. We even went to meet each other's parents, where something happened. It was when we greeted my parents.
So, Angela is finally getting married. Yeah. Make sure you tell your dad properly. I know.
My father had passed away from heart disease just before Mike and I started dating. We prayed at the altar, telling my dad about our marriage. Mike prayed with me as well. When we returned to the living room and were enjoying a pleasant conversation, someone walked in. Huh? Was Angela coming over today? What are you talking about? I've been saying it since yesterday. You're always so out of it, Anna.
Oh, right, sorry, I forgot.
Anna was as scatterbrained as ever, truly the epitome of being absent-minded.
Long time no see. I never thought Angela would get married. I've always dreamed of getting married too. But it's really great news. Just don't end up like me and fail. You're bringing that up now?
My sister, Anna, had been married before but had divorced a year ago and moved back to our parents' house. I hadn't asked for the details, but she seemed to have made peace with the divorce, so I wasn't too worried about it.
Mike, please take good care of my sister from now on.
Yes, of course.
That's reassuring to hear.
It's nothing really. Mike seemed a bit nervous or maybe just shy at that time. And on the way back home after the greetings.
What's wrong?
You seem distracted.
Huh? Do I?
You look like it. Well, I was just thinking that Anna and Angela look a lot alike. Do you think so? People have said we look alike since we were kids, but I think our personalities are totally different. Throughout the walk home, Mike kept talking about my sister. Sure, Anna had always been popular with guys, and I wondered if that was the type he preferred. At that time, I didn't think much of it. It was a mistake I would realize much later. Soon after, we started our married life. I have a suggestion. A suggestion? Would you become a stay-at-home wife?
What?
You mentioned before that you kind of dreamed about it, right?
I did say that, but are you sure?
Of course. With Mike's encouragement, I happily embraced my role as a stay-at-home wife. It suited me well, as I enjoyed housework and cooking quite a bit. I rather liked it. About a month had passed when this happened.
Huh? Why are you here?
Didn't you hear? Mike invited me over to hang out. I hadn't heard anything about it.
Well, I'm here now, anyway.
I was puzzled not only that Mike hadn't mentioned anything but also when they exchanged contact information. The last time we had seen each other was when we went to greet her. As I was pondering this, Mike came in with a smile.
Anna, you made it. Yeah, you invited me after all.
Watching the two of them, they seemed as close as if they had known each other for years. From then on, it was like they were in their own world, barely acknowledging me. Anna stayed for about 2 hours, and during that time, I was mostly listening.
Today was fun. See you later. Please come over again. Yeah, I'll come again.
From this point on, their relationship deepened gradually, eventually leading to a significant incident. Anna left, but I had many questions for Mike.
Why didn't you tell me Anna was coming over? Sorry, I thought I had mentioned it. I'll be more careful next time.
And when did you guys exchange contact information? Oh, that was when we greeted her. Anna suggested it. What's with that reaction? Just curious. Anna started coming over regularly after that. About a year into our marriage, Mike brought something up. I have something I want to discuss, is that okay? Sure, is it something serious? Anna contacted me. Mom's not doing well. I remember you mentioned before. Her kidneys, right? Yeah, apparently, she needs care now. Anna's there, but she's working. So, she wants you to help out? That's the idea. I see. Can I think it over? Of course. I hadn't expected him to agree so easily. 2 days later, Mike had a surprising suggestion. About the other day, I have a proposal. A proposal? What is it? Our house is quite a distance from my parents. What if we moved in with them?
Move in.
I was shocked by the suggestion.
Are you sure? It'd be complicated, and your commute to work would be longer.
It's not too far, and I think your mom would be happy. Maybe, but it'll be fine. This way, I can help out too. After some thought, considering my mother's condition, moving in seemed like the best option. Eventually, I agreed to Mike's proposal. My mother initially felt guilty but accepted our decision. So, we moved in with them. Thank you so much. Now I can take care of her with peace of mind. You don't need to thank me. We're family. I was concerned about how Anna would react to us moving in. However, she welcomed us with a smile.
Looking forward to living together.
Are you sure this is okay?
Of course. I couldn't have managed on my own.
As long as you're okay with it. As Anna and I were talking, Mike joined in.
Anna, I'm counting on you too. Of course, let's keep getting along. Yes. Just let me know if you need anything.
Seeing my husband's reaction, I couldn't help but suspect that living with Anna was his goal all along. Once we started our life at the family home, we decided to share household chores and caring for Mom. While the main responsibility fell on me, as a stay-at-home wife, both my husband and Anna would help when they could.
I'm afraid I'm putting too much on you. Don't worry about it, Mom. Take care of yourself first. Thank you. But Angela, don't overdo it, okay? Yeah, I'll be careful.
At first, both my husband and Anna seemed concerned about Mom, but gradually they wouldn't do anything unless I asked. Despite their promises to help, they seemed to just enjoy chatting. And that wasn't all. The closeness between my husband and Anna had become noticeably closer.
I'm going out for a bit.
Where to?
I have plans with Anna today. That's why. I see. But isn't today the day we're taking Mom to the hospital? Is it? Sorry, can you take her, Angela? Anna, we should go, it's getting late. Is it that time already? Let's go then.
Anna took my husband's hand and they left. Ignoring the fact that Anna was supposed to accompany Mom to the hospital today. Yet, I refused to believe anything suspicious was going on between them. Or rather, I kept telling myself that.
Wasn't today supposed to be Anna's turn? It was supposed to be, but they went out. Mike too? Both of them.
Mom looked concerned.
Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Anyway, I'll talk to Anna about it too. Despite my mother's advice, the two of them started going out without telling me more and more. Because of their behavior, I never had a moment's rest. So, I decided to talk to them about paying more attention to Mom.
So, what did you want to talk about? It's about your recent behavior.
Behavior? What about it?
You're always leaving Mom to go out together, despite promising to help at first.
Hearing this, Anna sighed heavily. Maybe that's true, but isn't it because you're not doing your part? What do you mean?
I'm doing my part and yours, with no time to rest. What are you talking about? You're not working like us. Who do you think is providing for this household? You're completely out of line.
I struggled to keep my temper in check. I thought my husband would back me up. Anna might be right.
What?
We're both working hard outside. So, doing what we like shouldn't be a big deal.
Exactly, Mike gets it. Is that so? Thank you.
They laughed and looked at each other. I wondered what I was even witnessing.
Anyway, keep up the good work. Mike, we need to get ready. Right, I forgot. But we're not done talking.
We have nothing more to say. Bye. With that, they left again. As I stood there dumbfounded, my mother came to me.
Mom, did you hear that?
Yes. What should I do? Well, Mom seemed unsure of what to say. Anyway, it looks like I can't count on those two.
I hate to say it, but maybe they are in that kind of relationship.
There's no way that's true. But I didn't want to admit it. I hadn't seen any concrete evidence. I wanted to believe in my husband. He was just being influenced by my sister. It was after midnight when the husbands returned home.
Where have you been? Does it matter?
The kind husband I knew was nowhere to be seen. Was his promise to make me happy a lie?
You don't have to speak to me like that.
What, are you jealous of Anna?
Why would I be jealous of my sister?
That's pathetic. My husband laughed at me with a look of disdain.
Do you enjoy looking down on me?
Kind of.
You're the worst. A real piece of trash. What? Say that again. I'll say it as many times as you want. You're a real piece of trash.
My words must have really struck a nerve because he reacted in an unbelievable way.
How dare you defy your husband?
He stood up from the sofa and threw a glass from the table at me. Unable to dodge, the glass hit my forehead. And it shattered, cutting me. A thick liquid started to flow from my forehead.
What have you done? It's your fault for saying too much. You could have dodged it. That's impossible.
He looked panicked but didn't offer any help and went back to his room. I hurried to find gauze and bandages to stop the bleeding. What have you done to me? Maybe Mom was right after all. I managed to treat myself and decided to sleep on the sofa. After being injured like that, I couldn't bear to sleep in the same space as him. And then I was woken up by my sister.
Why are you sleeping here? Did you fight with Mike?
As if it's your fault. I thought that but didn't say it out loud. To avoid more trouble. My sister further mentioned the bandage on her head.
What's with the bandage? I just fell. Falling and getting hurt? You're not a child. I'll be more careful.
After that, my husband seemed to fear me. Maybe he felt guilty about what he had done. While my sister remained indifferent towards our mother, my husband changed. Perhaps out of a sense of atonement, he started helping with taking care of Mom. Today, I'll take Mom to the hospital. Are you sure? Didn't you have plans? I should help out once in a while. Thank you. Please do. His change in behavior was welcome. If he continued to be cooperative, it would improve the situation around Mom even further. A few months later, I started refusing my sister's invitations and Mike was trying to help out more. This seemed to frustrate Anna. She probably felt like she was being left out.
Lately, Mike has been cold to me. Has Angela said something to him?
Why would I have? Because until now, he wasn't that keen on taking care of Mom.
Maybe he just changed his mind, huh? It's better for Mom this way. Humph.
Anna kicked a trash can nearby and stormed out of the house. It must have been uncomfortable for her to stay. I felt sorry for her, but I thought it was for the best. However, Anna hadn't given up.
Sorry, but can you take her today?
Is something wrong?
Just a little something. So, I'm counting on you.
Okay. Gradually, Mike stopped helping as much, and things returned to how they were before. Any request I made was met with excuses about his schedule. It was suspicious, maybe Anna was influencing him. Perhaps even to harass me. But things weren't so simple. I'll be going out with Mike today, take care. Leaving with that statement, Anna's outfit struck me as odd. She usually dressed simply, but she was now decked out in expensive brands. Has Anna been acting differently lately? Well, maybe. But let it be. Okay. Mom seemed to know something. But I didn't ask her. It felt like she preferred to keep things as they were. One night, I got a call from my husband. Hello, Angela? Is something wrong? Sorry, but the train's delayed and it doesn't look like I'll be able to make it home tonight. I'll just stay at a manga cafe and come back in the morning.
Wait a minute.
The call was abruptly ended. I thought it couldn't be helped if it was a train delay. I was taking care of dinner and Mom, but then I realized Anna hadn't come home either. By the way, where's Anna? Huh? Haven't you heard? Heard what? She said she'd be busy today and would stay over at the office. I hadn't heard anything, but I figured she might have intentionally not told me. Lately, we hadn't even been talking properly. Honestly, it didn't matter much to me if my husband and sister didn't come home. I was handling all the household chores and caring for Mom by myself anyway, which wasn't particularly enjoyable. After dinner, while watching TV with Mom, I got a call. It was from a friend.
Sorry to call out of the blue. Are you okay right now? I'm fine, but it's rare for you to call. I know, but it's serious.
She seemed quite panicked.
What's wrong? Please, calm down and listen. I just saw something. What? That can't be true.
I instinctively denied what my friend said. Yet, deep down, I feared it might be true. It's true. I saw it with my own eyes. I didn't want to believe such a thing. If it was true, since when? I couldn't figure it out, too many things came to mind. I'll send you a photo now. You'll see. Okay. Then I saw the photo she sent. It unmistakably showed my husband and my sister. They were arm in arm, looking just like a married couple, with my husband smiling broadly.
See, I told you it was true. Yeah, thanks. So, what are you going to do?
Without my friend's message, I might never have noticed. Now that I knew the truth, I couldn't just let it be.
Of course, I'll make them take full responsibility. I thought you'd be more devastated. After finding out something like this, I can't just ignore it. I can only offer my support, but good luck. Thanks.
I waited for him to come home the next morning to confront him with the evidence. I'm home.
Welcome back. Sorry to start with this, but what is this?
I showed him the photo. I expected him to be more disturbed, but instead, he laughed. And that wasn't all.
I guess it can't be helped if it's out. I was planning on this eventually. What are you talking about? Now that it's out, divorce sounds good, right?
You want that too, don't you? I was completely caught off guard by his sudden declaration.
So, you're admitting to the affair?
Yeah.
Denying it now would be pointless. Isn't my sister with you?
She should be back soon. He showed no remorse at all. As I was wondering what to do, my sister came home.
You came back just in time.
What's this about?
You'll understand if you see this.
I showed the photo to my sister as well. She reacted just like my husband, laughing.
I can't stay in this house anymore.
Huh? What do you mean, you're leaving?
I'm not running away. I'm just leaving this house.
And you agree with this?
Yeah, what I need now is not you but Anna.
So, give it up. Bye. With those words, they left the house. Essentially, they eloped. Of course, I immediately told my mother.
So, they were in that kind of relationship. Sorry, I should have listened more to what you said. It's okay. You wanted to believe until the end. Not everyone can do that.
Soon after, my mother spread the word to all our relatives. In line with that, I decided to inform my in-laws.
Angela, it's been a while. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. I called because I have something important to discuss.
Important? Actually, it's about Mike. I told my mother-in-law that my sister and her son had essentially eloped after having an affair. She became furious, even over the phone.
I can't believe my stupid son has done this. I don't know what to say to you. It's not your fault. And maybe there was something I could have done differently.
Then my mother-in-law strongly disagreed.
It's absolutely not your fault. Don't put yourself down. Okay. It's reassuring to hear you say that. Anyway, I'll talk this over with my husband.
After hanging up, the call was quickly returned. Regarding Mike, our family has decided to sever ties. Any future attempts to contact us from him will be ignored. Understood. I have a request, though. Anything, just say it. May I be the one to tell him we're cutting ties? If that's what you want, Angela, I won't oppose it. I think it'll be more effective if he hears it later. I see. Just remember, we're on your side, Angela, so don't hesitate to rely on us. Thank you, I'll keep that in mind. The next few days were tumultuous within the family. The fact that Anna, known for her diligence, had done something like this caused quite a stir. However, my mother was perhaps the only one who remained calm through it all.
What should I do now? Even if I say I want a divorce, I don't know where they are. Don't worry. Those two will come to regret their actions.
What do you mean? That's for you to find out. It seemed my mother had been planning something without my knowledge. Sadly, she passed away the next day. When I woke up, Her condition had suddenly worsened, and I immediately called an ambulance.
The ambulance will be here soon. Thank you. After I'm gone, rely on the lawyer who helped your father. Please, don't talk anymore.
Despite our efforts, she passed away upon reaching the hospital. I was at a loss. Especially since we had been able to talk normally just the day before. But I couldn't afford to grieve for long. I was the only one left to prepare for her funeral. Although relatives helped, with my sister and husband nowhere to be found, I had to manage everything. The funeral day arrived quickly. And many attendees gathered to honor my mother. "Excuse me, are you Angela?" "Yes, that's me." "And you are?" "I apologize for the delay. My name is Smith, I'm an attorney. Your mother entrusted me with her will." "A will?" That's when I realized. This was what my mother had prepared. Opening the envelope Mr. Smith handed me, I read the will. It contained something astonishing. It made me think that I could use this to fully get back at both my husband and my sister. After parting ways with Mr. Smith and dealing with the attendees, someone called out to me. "It's been a while. Never thought this opportunity would come so soon." Turning around, I saw it was my sister and husband.
"What are you doing here? That's no way to talk. We're saddened by your mother's passing too. You say that, but you came here with a different motive, right?"
"If you know, then this will be quick."
"We came to claim Mom's inheritance. There's supposed to be a $10 million inheritance from Dad, right?" "I won't give you anything."
It couldn't be that easy. I had the will my mother entrusted to me. As we were talking, Mr. Smith, the attorney, approached us. "Regarding the inheritance." "Who are you?"
"Stay out of this if it's none of your business."
"This man is an attorney. Mom left the will in his care."
"Mom did."
That's when I made a suggestion. "Since we're all here, let's read the will now." I signaled Mr. Smith to proceed. He began to read the will slowly and carefully. The confidence previously seen on the faces of my husband and sister vanished by the end of the reading. My sister was the first to speak up.
"What is this will about, not giving me a penny? That's unacceptable. That's right, this must be some mistake."
The will clearly stated that my sister would not receive any inheritance.
"But I have the right to claim my reserved portion." "Yeah, that's right. So, this will is invalid."
However, my mother had anticipated such a reaction from my sister. There was another letter alongside the will. It outlined the reasons for excluding my sister as an heir. Unfortunately, that won't be possible. Mom had foreseen this and made arrangements to ensure you couldn't receive the inheritance.
"What did you say?"
And the letter also mentioned this: "You've been tampering with the bank accounts." Mom knew but kept silent.
"You knew about that?"
Well, it was bound to come out. My husband was flustered, not understanding what was going on. It made me annoyed. Just knowing there was a $10 million inheritance is suspicious. Mom never told anyone about it. That too was detailed in the letter. Simply coming for the inheritance was a shallow plan.
Could that be a fake?
Yeah, you might have made that up. I sighed, possibly the deepest I ever had in my life. That's not possible. This is a legally recognized will. Complaining won't change the facts. My sister seemed to give up and slumped down. Muttering something, but I didn't care. Seeing her like this, my husband seemed to realize it was over and began begging me for forgiveness.
"Listen, I've always been thinking about you, Angela. I never wanted to do this." "And? I don't care about that. I was planning to leave you anyway." "Wait. What I said before was just in the heat of the moment. Even if it was, I can't live with someone who talks about divorce so lightly. Please!"
My husband made a grand gesture of apology, but I felt nothing.
"I'm sorry."
"Can you just leave?"
"I don't want you to disturb Mom's funeral any more than you already have."
Attendees were gathered around us. Realizing this, my husband, dejected, picked up my sister and fled from the funeral home. Their figure was like a defeated dog. I'm sure Mom would have been pleased. The funeral ended without further incident, and I finally had a moment to breathe. I read my mother's will and letter again. It stated that all her inheritance was to be passed on to me. Although surprised by the amount, I vowed not to squander it like my sister would. Regarding the divorce, please take care of it. Leave it to me. I asked Mr. Smith to proceed with the divorce from my husband. I would make sure to claim alimony. Although the amount I'd receive from the inheritance was substantial, this was about punishing them even if just a little. The divorce was finalized several months later. I was now officially free. I heard something interesting, want to hear? Yeah, of course. A week after the divorce was finalized, a friend contacted me. Apparently, my husband had been fired from his job. This friend was a former colleague of his and had heard it through mutual acquaintances. He's been begging people for money, but of course everyone's turned him down. Well, lending money to someone like that would be crazy. So, they made the right choice. So, what are you going to do now, Angela? I'll live freely on my own terms. Later, I also received a call from my mother-in-law. I could guess what it was about. Mike had contacted her. Did he ask you for money? You guessed right. It seems he's been asking a lot of people. I see. I can't believe what he's doing. My in-laws promised that they would not help my ex-husband in the future. As for my sister, it seems she has gone mad from not being able to receive the inheritance and has been shut up at home ever since. This serves her right. She should continue to struggle. And I will never forgive the two of them. Disregarding our mother is the greatest sin of all. I want to live peacefully in this house my mother left me, just as she wanted.